Hey everybody, this is Torch with Nailed It Intuition and Tarot, and this is your Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine reading for the month of April. So I'm super excited to bring this reading to you. The shuffling usually does take me a while to pull for both sides, so you should see a pinned comment and or in the description box a timestamp to jump to the reading after I get all the cards shuffled. So thanks for coming back and tuning in. I'm going to be using the Astro Matrix Tarot for the Divine Feminine, the Golden Tarot, I think this is for the Divine Masculine. For the overall energy for each, we'll be using the Soul's Journey lesson cards. For outcome energy, Madame Endures fortune cards, and if I require clarification, I'll be pulling on the Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. So I am going to speak the blessings super slowly so I can get all these decks shuffled. Okay, I am calling upon the I Am presence living within us and permeating all of creation and consciousness to join me now. I welcome you, the high angelic realm and universal healers of the highest vibration, into this space to surround, guide, and protect this reading. Any lower vibrational energies or entities not aligned with this highest truth are not welcome here and must leave now. Our souls have a plan. May this reading remove obstacles and reveal what is meant to be seen along the path of our souls so that we can shine our brightest light out into the world. And may the roads which lead to the manifestation of our truest soul desires be opened now, clearly, divinely guided, and with ease. My intention for this message is to deliver peace, love, truth, wisdom, and empowerment. May my understanding and speech be plain and clear so that only what is needed to serve this intention is spoken. May those who are meant to hear this message receive the aforementioned, pure and unperverted by fear or illusion, and so it is uttered, and so it is done. Okay. All right. So I'll sit this clarification deck and advice outcome deck off to the side, and we will start with the energies for the Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine. I won't discuss any of the cards until I get them all out on the table, so look for that timestamp if you don't want to watch all the shuffling. Okay. For the Divine Feminine, please show me energy for the Divine Feminine in the month of April. Okay, patience. I accept. Okay, and then this is Divine Masculine. Okay, and please show me the bond in the middle. The bond for the Divine Masculine and Divine Feminine, please. The bond. What is the bond between the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine? What is the bond? Thank you. Okay. Got that. All right, so the Divine Feminine, we'll start here with thoughts about the masculine. How is the Divine Feminine thinking about the Divine Masculine? 2 cards, please. Okay, thank you. And thoughts in the middle here, thank you. How is the Divine Feminine feeling about the masculine? How is she feeling about the masculine? How is she feeling towards the masculine? Okay. And one see if I need this a little higher. All right, and how is the divine feminine actions toward the masculine? Thank you. Well, actually, this goes here. Okay, actions toward the masculine. Actions toward the masculine. What are the actions of the divine feminine towards the masculine? What are the actions of the divine feminine towards the masculine? Thank you. Okay. Now, all right. And at the bottom of the deck for the divine feminine, we've got the Six of Cups. I know this probably takes away from video watching appeal, but I constantly fidget with the cards, and that is just my way. So, yeah. Okay, the thoughts of the masculine toward the feminine. All right. The feelings of the masculine toward the feminine. Feelings of the masculine toward the feminine. How is the divine masculine feeling towards the divine feminine? Okay. Okay, and actions of the masculine toward the feminine. Actions of the masculine toward the feminine. What are the actions of the masculine toward the feminine? Okay. All right. And we got 3 cards right there at the end. All right, so let's see what's going on. And at the bottom of the deck for the masculine, ooh, we have the Lovers card. All right. 6 of Cups on one side and Lovers on the other. Well, if I must say so myself, you know, I think they've met. I think they've met. I think that they are probably exploring a connection, or at the very least, the masculine has some decision on whether he wants to entertain a connection with the feminine. And the feminine is dreaming back of previous and past times. So let's see, what is the feminine thinking of the masculine? Now we see the top card here is patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So the feminine here, I'm getting the feeling that the feminine is looking forward to better times with the masculine, happier times. But she's not in a rush. And of course, you know that, you know, it's feminine and masculine energies are gender fluid. So I'm going to say she for the feminine and he for the masculine at times during the readings. But please know that the energies can be exchanged and that these energies can also occur within one person. Okay. So she is feeling that she's willing to wait. I feel that the feminine has learned patience and is ready to move forward in a very healed way. The feminine here seems to be only interested in looking forward to healed connections. So I feel like, you know, if this 6 of Swords is sailing away from the 5, that, you know, maybe she's had to learn the hard way about some, you know, some subconscious issues or some things in her previous thought life that weren't really helping to attract a partner, or maybe even to stay within a loving place within herself. Okay. So I feel that the feminine here is looking forward with hope, and there's a level of intentionality that I feel that the feminine also has here. That as I move forward, I want to take these lessons with me. Like, I want to implement everything new that I've learned about myself. I get the feeling that she's feeling more even. She's feeling more like she has recovered some aspects of herself, which has gotten her to this place of acceptance and this place of healing. And so because she feels more balanced to me, this hope of a future connection. I feel that, the feminine here has understood maybe why in the past things had not happened in a certain way, and that it will happen in divine order. And kind of the order of things is that she needed to come into some healing herself. Okay, so on the masculine side, it says here, surrender. I can release my need to control. And we have the Page of Cups and the Five of Wands. Okay, so I get the feeling here that because the masculine has experienced tensions, I will say, in previous connections, maybe that he has had. To me, it's kind of revealed some spaces of unforgiveness, or some spaces that could use some healing within his life. And so I feel like this masculine is kind of done fighting. It's almost to the effect of, if I have to control it, or if I have the impulse to control, that means it's triggering something within me, which means, yeah, I need to surrender, but I also, this probably isn't the right space or place for me either. So I kind of feel like an honoring on the side of the masculine to like know when to stay, when to leave, like when to try for it, and when to give it up, like when to fight for it and when not to fight for it. So this feels like a lesson learned in the masculine about like how to apply action, because the masculine energy wants to be directed and initiative and things like that, but there's nothing like coming up against a brick wall. Okay, and so I feel that this situation that the masculine has found themselves in involves like too many red flags, too many incompatibilities. And so instead of trying to manage it all, and instead of trying to control it all, just deciding to let it go. Okay, so it feels like the masculine is looking, in my opinion, for more peace. And that is the thoughts toward the feminine. Like, if it's not peaceful, like, I don't want to fight, I don't want conflict, I just want like smooth sailing and loving times. Okay, and so when we look at the energy, the bond between them here, we've got the Tower and the Four of Swords. Okay, so it feels to me that in this particular bond, both of these parties, like, I feel this is like a releasing or a letting go. And I'm gonna go ahead and turn this one over to self-esteem. I possess gifts of the soul that benefit me and others. Yeah, they've definitely realized some value, and for whatever reason, they seem to be pretty content. Like, hey, if this isn't gonna work out, it's like a new mindset that they both have, of like knowing what works, knowing what doesn't work, and like the castle that both of them previously built, of like the lessons that the feminine had to learn and the conflict that the male came out of, that is just giving it up. It's like neither one of them want to do things in the old way, the previous way that they had done it before. And so they are feeling better about themselves. It feels like they're realizing their worth. Yeah, self-esteem also, but I also feel it's like they realize that they deserve a healthy love. They deserve a love that doesn't involve fighting. They deserve a peaceful love. That is how this feels to me. Okay, so for the divine feminine's feelings toward the masculine. The strength card. Oh, I feel this so much. It's like, I'm willing to give this another shot. I'm willing to try again. I'm willing, you like it, like it's taking the feminine some courage here to show up, to to get back out there and look for love and to be hopeful about it and everything like that. So this does feel very much like a feminine who might be deciding to date, who may who's feeling like they're strong enough to open their heart again, strong enough to seek connection again. Like I feel a sense of like desire coming from the feminine with the strength card and the 4 of Wands that has me feeling like she wants to do this, but it feels like she has an awareness of herself also in pursuing these connections. Okay. I'm feeling this like, yeah, I want to have fun, but there's also like a level of like responsibility and caution. Like she knows that she has to take care of her heart. Like as much as I want to have connection and love and partnership, I gotta take care of me too. So this is a very like self-aware desire that I feel the feminine has. Like she's taking a level of consciousness with her along this journey, and it's not just like, oh, I'll date anybody, I'll give anything a try, like anything, like this isn't like, there's a filter here. There's a filter where everything is passing through the filter of her heart, the filter of her instincts, her gut impulses, the filter of, you know, is this just pretty but it'll hurt me? Or, you know, is this something like someone who knows how to treat me well, but there's no chemistry there. Like she's holding like all of these dualities and dichotomies like within herself. And so that as she's moving along this journey, she's able to decision. Okay, so this is a very like measured fun, I will say, like not getting too carried away, not like losing oneself and like getting caught up. Like this is not any some love at first sight shit. This is this is like, you know, yeah, I'm along for the ride, but I'm taking my past, my present, my future with me along the way. All right, and on the side of the divine masculine, how's the masculine feeling towards the feminine? Like, man, I don't know what the masculine went through here, but it's like, man, I'm willing to give it another shot, but damn, I sure am beat up. Man, I'm tired. Man, I'm worn out. Like, I want to tell this masculine to go take a nap because this feminine looks way more like recovered and ready. Like, so I don't know if this masculine just recently got out of like a dating situation. Like, you might need to take a beat, sir, because like looking forward to the future, but I feel some weariness behind this. Like, man, you know, it's not sad. It's just this like doggone, like when is gonna happen? You know, like I just been standing here posted up, you know, waiting on something special to come around. Like they still want something special, but like this guy, I'm feeling like all kinds of like hesitation. Like, man, is it still out there? How long I gotta wait, you know? So, but I don't feel like the masculine is bitter here. This just feels like a bit. It doesn't even feel impatient. It just feels like worn out and tired. Okay, and so the bond and feelings between these two, we got the King of Wands and the Page of Cups. Okay, so yeah, both of these energies are definitely trying to balance, I feel like, the desire, the like a mature desire for something with like the softness that you want to feel in your heart, you know? And I feel like this is to prevent getting bitter. It's like I have to be soft enough to love again and open my heart, but I have to be wise enough to know when it's a bad fit. You know what I'm saying? And so um I had like they so I feel like they're both trying to weigh like the desire for something stable, the desire for something concrete and tangible, like in my hands, the desire for something real, the desire for something fun, the desire for something loving, the desire for something passionate. It's like I feel them holding all of these energies within them as they are walking out and hoping for connection. So I would say across both of these, I definitely feel that this is really solid energy on both sides. Okay, and the last row we have here. So the actions of the feminine toward the masculine. We have the King of Wands and the Empress. Sorry, did I say feminine towards the masculine? I hope that's what I said. The actions of the feminine toward the masculine. We have the King of Wands and the Empress card here. All right, well, the Empress is ready to go out and be seen, okay? In all of her glory, I feel her like unashamed, showing up in the fullness of who she is, abundant, fruitful, beautiful, taking care of herself, respecting herself, willing to wait, like not just showing up for anything, ready to decide. And this is very like relying on her gut and relying on her intuition. I feel like this feminine is a person who like knows immediately whether it's gonna work or it's not gonna work. And so I really admire this because the feminine is not like backing away or like shying away. And both of her masculine and feminine energies within herself are very balanced here, where she's flowing and is very much in her flow state with the Empress card here, and knows that she's calling in abundance. She's calling in times and seasons, and like the cycle of nature is just going to happen. Like she doesn't really have to do anything but continue to be herself in her authenticity. And also I feel like the feminine here is embracing the right to choose. You know, she's choosing who she wants to entertain and who she doesn't want to entertain. And that's what I feel like is happening here with this King of Wands. Like the decisioning is so sharp and so spot on that like not even entertaining like if it doesn't sound right, if it doesn't smell right, if it doesn't talk to me right, like how does it feel? Very much in the feeling nature, listening to her body and using that information from her soul to make decisions on you know, who to date, who to make moves with. Okay, so the feminine here is showing up in a pretty strong and balanced energy towards the masculine. And it's like, you know, what have you done for me lately? That's how I feel this. Like, you know, what do you have to offer? Like, what gifts do you have to offer Mother Nature? What gifts do you have to offer the ocean? You know, like, what are you coming through with? So, I mean, I don't feel just yet like this is an impossible standard, but like she got standards. It's like, I ain't going for that which what I had, and I accept that if it's meant to be, it'll be. It's going to happen when it's meant to happen. All right, so the divine masculine, we have the King of Cups, the Four of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles. Wow. This masculine feels a little stingy to me. Okay, let me read the cards. All right, so yeah, I feel like this masculine needs to take a break. Like the same thing I was saying with this card, because it's got like the Five of Pentacles here, which to me feels like this masculine feels like a little left out of the cold. The Four of Pentacles, keeping his cards close to his chest, not really giving away too much. You know, this has the idea of like, I want to suss you out. I want to know everything that you got going on, but I ain't going to tell you shit going on with me. And with the King of Cups, like, I don't feel like this is an emotional availability. Like, this masculine to me has been through too much to be able to show up in the same energy as the feminine is here. Because it's like, if you out here, you know, like, you don't want to give up to nothing, you blocking your heart, you know, how is anybody to get to know you? How is anybody to understand how you are? And this energy just feels like a bit butthurt to me. And it's kind of the opposite of this energy. Like, I can release the need to control, but it's like, instead of controlling, like, this is just kind of like a I don't give a fuck type of energy, but it's coming from a hurt place, you know, like that saying, like, hurt people hurt people. And yeah, like, this is not someone who's being generous, who is going with the flow, who is trusting themselves. This feels like somebody who is moving from an old wound, okay, or they just have not had much breathing room. And this is why I feel this person is on the defense. But it's like, I don't understand how you can expect something new when you're still in old energy. And so I feel like, in contrast, this is what this Lovers card is saying. Like, it's going to be even. It's going to be balanced. Like, be careful what you're choosing, because if you're out here like, I don't want to be hurt again, you're going to attract situations that are going to hurt you again. But if you're in this energy of like, I love myself and I deserve love, you're going to attract situations that love you and deserve you. So let's see what the outcome energy is in here. We got the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Cups. So I feel like when these two energies interact, there is desire towards each other with this Queen of Wands. I feel like there's an attraction, there's some chemistry between them. But the Seven of Cups is very confused, bringing a level of confusion into it that I do feel is coming from the divine masculine. Like, it's not clear. I don't know. I feel this energy of like, how did we get here? And what are we supposed to do? You know, like the chemistry is there, but there's no initiative to actually move forward or anything like that, because there's too many factors at risk here. Okay, I feel like the Empress, I'm sorry, the divine feminine isn't willing to entertain any bullshit, and the divine masculine is so worried about not being hurt again that they're not showing up fully present to this situation. And so these two are missing each other, and not like missing like I want to see you. They're missing like they're passing each other by. Like they're missing each other. because of there's an energetic disconnect here that I feel very much. So I want to see here if we can get any other clarifying energy for the Queen of Wands and the Seven of Cups. And the thing is too, I don't feel like either of them are very shy at communicating, like, hey, I don't think this is for me. Like, oh, you look nice, you smell good, but I don't know. Like, there's like a lingering, like, I don't know here. Okay, so what we have, oh my goodness. What we have are 3 knights. Wow. The Knight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Wands. So we got every knight here except for the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, and I think what this is saying is that, you know, they might actually, this is very interesting. In the Ace of Wands, oh, well, maybe I stand corrected. Because all these knights, you know, the knights move. They move toward, they move with. Okay. So, I feel like they're going to try and date around, you know, like they don't seem to be the only people that they're entertaining. Like, this is a lot of people. And so I feel like what this is saying is they're going to continue to look around until they find what they're looking for. But the crazy part is that I don't think it's super clear what they're looking for, because we have the Seven of Cups here, and it might just be like, hey, I want it all. I want it all. But what I'm wondering too is that, you know, there's no pentacles here, and there doesn't have to be pentacles here. But I'm saying, like, the Knight of Pentacles really is the one knight that is like consistently steady. Like, he's the most predictable. He's the most consistent. And if you're trying to build a foundation, you want a Knight of Pentacles with you, because they're going to show up to work every day, clock in on time, do their job. It's going to be quality. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, that really is what you need. You need some aspect of that to form the foundation of a relationship, you know? It can't just be like emotion and sweet words and smooth talk, or, you know, we have really good conversation back and forth, or, you know, this person is good in the bed, or, you know, they're sexy as fuck, or like whatever. Like there has to be something to ground it. And I feel like maybe that's the confusing part when they come around each other, is that, like, the energy feels a little flighty, and it doesn't feel like steady and consistent and grounding. And I believe that the self-esteem that both of them are cultivating requires a grounded connection. Okay. So, but this is good. Like, I feel like, this shows a divine masculine and feminine that is willing to give it another shot. I feel like the feminine might be a little bit further along in the journey than the masculine, or whoever is represented here. That there's just some more healing needed. Okay. On part of the masculine. So I'm going to close out with this Madame Andora's fortune card, and we will see what this says. Oh, there we go. Okay. What do we have here for closing? Oh, I got 3 cards. I hate it when I get several cards. Okay, the Maiden, a new relationship blossoms. The Hand of Fate, forces beyond your control intervene. And the Caduceus, you will receive news from afar. Okay, so yeah, I am feeling like there is a possibility of a different relationship coming down in the future. When this Hand of Fate shows up, it kind of gives me the impression like this initial connection may not work. but with a new relationship blossoms and news from afar, I feel like there could be some contact coming both to the masculine and the feminine that eventually gets them what it is that they're actually looking for. And it's not this like almost like having 50% of it but missing 50%, looking for something, that 80-20 rule, 80% of what you want and maybe 20% of what you can tolerate. Okay. So this is really positive. I am super happy for you all joining me on this reading today for the month of April. Let me know if you resonate with this, or if there's a part of your story that you can hear playing out in this particular reading. And here are the nails. Until next time, I will see you all later. Take really good care. Bye-bye.